joining your girl Zara for another video. So today I'm going to be rating my experiences I had with doing ASMR on Omegle. This video was originally going to be us doing ASMR together, but when I looked back at the screen recording, no sound was picked up. So I'm just going to be rating my experiences with people anyway. So the first guy, at first he was like, he refused to do ASMR with me, but then I forced him to do it, and he did it. It didn't really sound very good, and I mean, he did it at least, but I'd have to rate this experience probably like 4 out of 10, no, 5 out of 10, because he wasn't the friendliest, but he still agreed. The next girl, at first I thought, okay, she looks really nice, and she agreed to do ASMR with me as soon as I told her, and then I was like, get something to tap on, and she proceeded to go and get a KNIFE and tapped on it and scratched on it, and I was literally shook. I'm not going to show it in the video just in case I get demonetized, but I was pretty shook, and I was like, okay, go and get something else to tap on. So she did, and she tapped on her bottle, and I was not impressed. You could just tell my face, but my overall experience with her, I would rate probably a 3. This guy kind of struggled to understand me at first because I was whispering, but then when I asked him to do ASMR with me, he kind of smiled and was like, yeah, of course, and he actually was pretty nice about it, and yeah, even though the sounds weren't very good, I still had a good experience with him, and I would rate it probably like 6 out of 10. Okay, the next people were so nice. They complimented me like as soon as I spoke to them. They were so nice, and sorry, I just had a little bit of a cough, but it was the girl's birthday as well, and she happily scratched on her hat even though there were no noises. But yeah, they were both so nice and bubbly. My experience is definitely a 9 out of 10. Actually, I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 because they were so willing to do it. Yeah. So when I asked this girl to do ASMR with me, she agreed, but she wasn't that keen on doing it, to be honest. I could just tell. She looks just like very awkward, and she was pretty awkward. Like, she didn't even do the ASMR properly, and yeah, she just kind of wasn't feeling it. So at the end I was like, okay, thanks, bye. This girl was literally the sweetest. She agreed to do ASMR with me, but like, as soon as I mentioned that, ow, I got hair in my eye. Like, as soon as I mentioned that I was doing it for a YouTube video, she literally left and she skipped me, and I was so hurt. So I'm gonna rate our experience like a 7 out of 10 just because she skipped me. So this girl was really nice, but even after I told her that we were doing ASMR, she kept on like talking really loudly, and she would not whisper at all. She was overall super obnoxious, and yeah, so I rate this experience like a 5 out of 10 just because she was nice, but she didn't listen to me, and she kept on laughing. Okay, so at first I thought this boy would like take the ASMR seriously, but his whispering was honestly obnoxious, and I feel like he was doing it on purpose, and his whispering was absolutely terrible. So yeah, I rate this experience like 4 out of 10. This person was literally shocked as soon as she saw me, and she said like bravo, and I was literally like, I'm not French, and I was so confused. She kind of just looked at me and smiled, and then I told her that I was doing ASMR, and she joined in. She was literally so good at it. Like, normally people on here literally tapped for like 3 seconds, but I didn't even ask her to continue, and she kept doing it. So for that, I'm gonna give her a good 10 out of 10, just because yeah, she continued doing it and she complimented me. So this guy tapped on my phone, not on my phone, tapped on his phone, and I couldn't really hear it, but he was still he gave me, I don't know, a bit rude vibes, but then after he was willing to do it, so yeah. I also have another story time to say, but for some reason the iPad like didn't screen record this bit. But anyway, this is like probably the most interesting thing that happened on Omegle. So I see this boy with like this gamer chair, and he was like, as soon as he saw me, he was literally shook. He had like a hat on or something. He was covered, his head was covered, and his eyes, he had like these weird glasses on. And like a part of me recognized him, but then a part of me didn't. Like, I don't know, it was weird. And he said like, "You go to my blank." And then I just kind of stared at him, and he was like, "You go to my blank." And like, I didn't want to. I thought it was some like, I don't know, joke that he was trying to get me to say something rude or something like that. So I was like, I'm not falling for that. And he was like, no, you go to my, and then he said school, and I was like, what? And then he told me the name of the school, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then he said what year, he said my name, and that I make ASMR videos, and I was like, what the heck? This is such a coincidence. And I recognized him immediately. I knew exactly who he was in my year, and I was like, what the heck? There's like 50,000 people online on Omegle right now, and you happen to be in my year, in my school year, in my school. And I was literally saying, right, this is such a coincidence. And then we kind of just like nodded awkwardly, and then I just said, okay, nice seeing you, goodbye. And I was just so shocked, and I don't think he even knew that I recognized him. Like, he didn't know. He thinks that I didn't know who he was, because he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I have glasses on right now, but trust me, I know who you are. Anyway, yeah, sorry, this